Japanese toilet several times.
Jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to my podcast, His Man Cave.
That's
where
right.
we talk about it all.
We talk about it all.
So we've got
like nobody's got it.
I hope nobody's got it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if we... Would y'all quarantine in here with me for 14 days and us just live stream it all?
No.
No? Too
No.
much masturbation?
14 actual days?
14 actual days.
No.
You couldn't quarantine with me for 14 days?
In this room, I don't know if you've noticed, there's not a toilet.
Do you have peanut butter and jelly?
I do.
Do you have oat milk?
Oat milk?
Oat milk.
No.
It's kind of my new jam.
I like almond
No
milk.
pun intended.
I've never
Oat
had
milk
oat milk.
is your new jam.
Oat. I'm on this
oh, hot damn oat.
trying to reduce my dairy. Turns out my heart is shitty.
Pussy?
I have high cholesterol.
Aren't you like 62?
Almost.
Yeah, 'cause
I'm actually 39.
I love the thought
Ooh.
of like milk was the source of cholesterol in your diet, because I've seen you eat. And
Yeah.
there's no way that fucking you can blame the milk part of it.
It's saturated fat, you know. You look
Yeah.
at things that have cholesterol, but
Yeah.
it's really saturated fat, which is basically anything awesome that comes from a cow besides leather.
Yeah.
Butter, cheese, meat, hamburgers, milk. Sucks.
So the cow is and honestly, that makes sense that cows cause so much heart problems, because since we're murdering them in mass, like it's only karmatically equivalent if they start murdering us in mass.
And they give me heart problems and the earth fart problems. So.
Yeah. Honestly, I love the fact that I'm lactose intolerant, because I know if I do drink some milk or eat some cheese, like I can just shit like nobody's business. It's like it's turning on the spigot full blast, and I love just like that cleansing atmosphere.
I need coffee. I need coffee before that happens.
You need coffee? Yeah,
Gotta
because you
have
got to
it.
be awake for the shits. Like,
But farting, let me tell you. You ever had smoothies from Smoothie King on $5 Friday?
Well, I mean, I've had them there, but I can't say $5 Friday.
Well, okay, so they have a special price on Fridays. It's
Obviously.
$5 smoothies. But I get the Peanut Power Plus, the chocolate variety, and literally 6 hours later, I am just ripping. And
it's all that protein powder. Is that, that's probably, I guess. That's what it does to me.
I don't know what it is, but my favorite thing to do now is trick my girlfriend into doing a video where I actually fart. And I get her fart reactions. And this is completely serious. I will be uploading a compilation of her fart reactions.
wow.
I've wanted to record my daughter's farts, and she won't let me do it. My daughter is a world record holder, I promise you, in smell, sound, like length. Like this little girl,
Duration.
so I used to try to catch her.
How old is she?
8.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, she's got a flappy asshole. It is insane. Because, look, I used to try to catch her, but she would always, she'd catch me trying to record her, because she got into a routine where she'd jump in the car, and I got leather seats in that truck. And she'd jump in the car, and the first thing she'd do, because she knew it would make me cry laughing, is she would fart. And she would, do it in a weird way where it would be, and you're like, what the
like
what
a blues
was that?
Like a blues musician just slaps the bass.
Just
all of a
like
sudden.
she's got a whammy bar built into it. Man.
Oh, my God.
But then there's other times where it's like a car crash, bah, and you're like, what just happened? Like, how are you okay? Like, babe, are you okay?
That's a skill.
Dude, it's something else. And she'll do it I'll be laying next to her, and she'll be laying beside me, and we'll be kind of cuddling, and she'll fart, and it'll fill my belly button up. It's insane, man. And she will not let me put them on video. I could have a full, I could do a 30-minute long
one fart, 30-minute long
compilation of her just I could probably do the national anthem in her farts if I just tied it together right.
God.
She's amazing.
I don't think people would kneel
love
for
her.
that.
I love her to
We'd
death.
have to stand for that.
I feel like you guys are going to break TikTok, because if you put this on any platform other than TikTok, it's doomed to fail. But on TikTok, it's going to be fine.
I have looked. There are lots of fart videos on TikTok. Apparently, it's not taboo or gross for Gen Z to just fucking fart on one another.
Look,
the
man,
girls, too. The girls are just ripping it, and the guys are like, oh, my God, babe. And then they go fucking watch
That
the
shit
sunset.
does not bother me, man.
Put it
I
on
love.
Instagram.
Hey, look, man. I feel like you should get that shit out of the way in the beginning. Smell each other's farts. Eat a barbecue beef sandwich with one another. And shit with the door open. Do it quick, because man, if you can't handle each other's brand, man, you need to know that now instead of 6 months from now.
Well, you got to know if it's going to last 6 months
Yeah.
first.
Well-
So this brings up a question I have.
All right.
How long into the relationship do you introduce the farts?
Immediately.
No.
Like, hi. But you know how my wife did it with me? She was like, hi, my name's M. And she gave me a kiss on the cheek and farted in my face. It was like, boom, hey, what's happening?
Love at first fart.
That's how dogs do it, right? They sniff each other's assholes.
No
Come
way.
on, kids.
All right.
Maybe they're onto something.
I think they are.
Maybe
And,
they're looking for the real thing.
all dogs go to heaven.
Scientifically, the amount of time is 8 weeks after you start having sex. 8 weeks after you start having sex, because like the length of the relationship can vary. You gotta really be fucking each other for a solid 8 weeks before you let that one crawl out your ass.
2 months after banging. That's pretty good.
If you're having good sex in the beginning, which it normally is in the beginning, really, really, really good sex, there should be some farting going on anyway, right?
That's a good point. Also,
Hey, if you'll do that in front of me, why not just let it rip? I don't care.
Because you're making it happen.
I don't care. Let it go. Because again, if you have, if you fart and it's like my grandfather, I might want to leave now. I might not want to get too attached. And then 7 months from now, we're standing in the kitchen and I'm cooking breakfast and you hear this, and then you can't breathe and the curtains catch fire and you're like, I'm out. I can't do this. And she's 4 months pregnant.
Well, hold on. Pregnancy farts are something completely different. You got to give women a complete pass for pregnancy farts.
Well, I don't. I've got 3 kids. I've dealt with.
Yeah, so
I've dealt with the worst of all pregnancy farts.
Exactly.
I have no kids, but abortion farts are definitely worse
oh,
than
man.
pregnancy
Hey,
farts.
I know. I've had those too.
That's because there's souls trapped in there when they come out. Like, smelling an unborn
Hold on, are we
soul.
5? Oh, good. We're over the 5-minute mark. The censors won't catch us. Oh shit.
So
Took us 6 minutes to bring up abortion. That's great.
I still can't shit with the door open though, because I need the peace.
Oh, man.
I need my phone.
The
I
sanctum.
need the air freshener. But a fart is different. So I asked her. I was like, when we're pretty serious. It was a year, and I was like, look, I can't keep holding them. And she's like, let them go, babe. And literally from that day, it's been just constant. And she regrets it.
Why would you ever hold them?
I was embarrassed.
I'm a
I was
different-
raised with toot shaming.
You gotta make sure that you have them locked in before you start releasing the crazy.
No, man.
Women have the exact same philosophy. You think they dump all that crazy 2 weeks in? No, they slowly and methodically dish it out.
Give me your gas. I need it fast because if I can't handle the brand, I want to run today. I want to make up my mind sooner rather than later of what's going on.
Are you slam poetrying this right now? You gotta give me the gas and get it fast.
Give it to me.
Otherwise, I gotta know if I'm gonna stay or I'm gonna pass.
Is she the one, or do I have to run?
Hey, preach, brothers. I like this.
But
yeah, no, I
it
feel
was
like
too much at first. So now I only fart during the week she's on her period, and only 3 weeks after.
That's a man that takes his life into his own hands right there.
That's great.
Only on when she's on her period.
She
That
can't
way-
withhold anything from me during that week. You know what I mean?
Man.
And then she's like, "Oh, you're fucking farting," and I'm like, "Well,
No,
I see my son in a trash can right now, so who's worse?"
yeah. No, here's the thing that you do for girls on their period if you're mad at them. Don't fart at them. Throw pepper in their face, because then they'll sneeze. They'll ruin 17 dresses. Guaranteed.
Gross. That sounds like a Jennifer Garner movie. 17 dresses.
17 dresses. All ruined with period blood.
All ruined in 1 week.
All ruined in 1 week.
13 going on menopause.
Oh, my God. That'll be a great Jennifer Garner movie.
I saw her at LAX.
Really?
How bougie do I sound right now? No, I literally went to
Name
LA
dropping, huh, big guy?
one time in
I'm
my
about to
life.
Put that in the what I can tag this video with.
Right? He saw Jennifer Garner at the Los Angeles airport. So I was sitting
She
at the
farted
airport
this?
holding in my farts, right? And then we had a layover. It's the only time I've been to California, so yeah, it took me a long time to get there. But I was looking at the departures unloading, and I see this woman walking down, and I'm so deliriously sleepy. It took a second for my brain to recognize until she was walking by, and I looked up. I said, Jennifer Garner, and just pointed at her. She goes, hey, and just kept walking.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 seconds, but she was so warm and nice.
Well, she
and
thought it was
just-
your special day from the sound.
She made it my special day. I felt like a sick kid in a bed who just made a wish. I was like, hey, Alias. It's you.
Oh my God, Alias. She wasn't that.
She was Alias.
She
and then
was
Ben
Alias.
Affleck ruined her, along with plastic surgery. I mean, she's not ruined, but I'm
Well,
saying
Ben Affleck
he
ruined
took
a
her
lot of
best
things.
years.
Was she pretty in person?
Yes.
Yeah. It happens that way.
Pretty.
They say
Yeah.
don't meet your stars.
I wouldn't say
or
she's.
your fans or your
I wouldn't
heroes.
Say,
Shit,
I
damn.
wouldn't say she's beautiful. She's pretty.
Yeah.
She's attractive. I'm not saying she's hot. Definitely bonable.
Well,
Would you kick her out of
not
bed
gorgeous.
for eating crackers?
Absolutely not.
Okay, well then we're getting
Well,
somewhere.
it depends who are the crackers, because like.
Heyo.
Did you and
Fuck
also
yes.
did you pan fry them or did you barbecue them? Because I think if we're talking cannibalism of white people,
No, I was talking
Then you gotta-
saltines.
oh, no,
or
you-
Ritz maybe.
by the way,
Something that leaves crumbs.
yeah,
Okay, so I would kick her out of bed for being a racist cannibal.
racist cannibal.
Yeah.
I only eat the whites. Well, the white meat is
So you would
it's
rather
lower in fat.
You want somebody that'll eat that like is diverse and will eat
A
everybody.
fucking buffet, you know?
Yeah, you don't-
A buffet
okay.
of humans.
Okay.
Did you know that human meat is called long pork?
Yes, I did.
You did.
Yeah.
I did not. I didn't know that until actually my sister told me that.
Well,
so
that's been this
that's
episode of my
interesting.
podcast, his man cave. We're gonna get the fuck out of here before they eat my fat ass.
Well, no. Here's the thing about cannibalism. I do feel like you got to prepare each person based on like their region. So, like, if you got to boil white people,
A
You gotta boil
stereotypical
them.
cuisine.
Yeah.
You figured you smoke white people.
No,
know,
you-
like longer cook time, break down the fat.
Well,
No, because like
dude.
look at all English and like European cooking. They just stick it in a pot and boil it for
Yeah.
19 hours.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So that's clearly
Wonder
how white people.
stringy we'd be.
I guess that depends on the white person. Like you'd
Yeah.
be plump and
Oh,
ripe
man.
and ready to pick off the vine.
You'd have a lot of fat to cut off. My fat.
Mhm.
ass.
Like Tony, I mean, we wouldn't be able to feed him to like 3 people. Like you
I
got
put on
like
a couple lbs.
you didn't put on that many lbs. You'd still like you still have the drummer physique. So I mean, we'd have to really split you up between a lot of people. We'd have to make sushi out of you.
When was the last time you touched drumsticks?
I could roll
Have
with that.
Did we even introduce you yet?
No.
we jumped right in it
Yeah,
about
no,
farting.
I mean, I think I
we
sp-
wanted
yeah,
to
okay,
jump
right.
right into it on the
Well,
farting.
hey there, Tony.
Hi,
How's it going?
Johnny Gates,
Yep.
David Allen.
Lonnie
Tony
Place.
Tamaccio
Tony
over here.
Tamaccio, funny man.
Very, very excellent local comedian.
I appreciate y'all having me on.
One of my
Thanks for
favorites.
I had an invite a while ago, and I'm glad I was able to make it. I really wanted to come on close ahead, for publicity before this comedy competition that's not going to happen this fall.
You have they
Well,
said it's not,
They
or
haven't, they haven't said
I mean,
it's
it
not.
kind of seems
I think
like
Anthony Fauci might put the brakes on it, to be honest.
Yeah, because the thing is, with this second wave rolling through, like, I don't know. It seems like there's going to be a third and a fourth wave, and shit's just going to keep shutting down. Because nobody can keep their hands in their fucking pockets. Nobody can keep their hands in their pockets. Like, that's all it takes.
Except the creeps.
Yeah.
Or and the masks. Americans don't want to do what they don't want to do. And that's I am a historically. I'm not a left type person. I was raised more right, but I don't know if it's fucked up to say this, but I feel like we have too much freedom for our own good.
We do.
You know what I mean? Okay. And I'm a constitutional guy, I like my guns and all that type of stuff, but there's a point where we're too free to enforce common sense. And the thing that pisses me off about it is that I feel like we should have locked down super strictly the beginning, right when this happened, and then we wouldn't be in this mess.
February should have been, we're locking it down.
Like a fucking iron fist, like a Chinese anything.
Here's why I completely agree with you that Americans have too much freedom, because we believe we have freedom from consequences.
Oh wow.
Like that's
deep.
well, and that's where I'd
100%.
argue that we're not
That's-
free enough, because like as a douchebag, I can't fuck you up for being a douchebag, because then I get in trouble. Where there's a lot of people that really just need to get fucked up once or twice, and they'll stop being shitty people.
And
I'm
that frees
so
people
glad
from
I have
consequences.
freedom from that, because
Yeah.
as a short guy with a big mouth, just knowing that if this was hundreds of years ago, I'd be fucking dead. I mean, let's be honest. But I can press charges. It's like magic. It's like
magic.
Wait a minute. You give me what I deserve, and I can press charges.
And then you even still feel like you won after that.
oh
Because
yeah, I do.
You get the last laugh by pressing charges or suing somebody, blah blah blah. in reality, it should have been like, hey, what happened here? Hey, man, he was being a douchebag. Oh, you got 2 witnesses? Yeah. No. Hey. Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hey, man, sorry about your luck, dude. Don't be a douchebag next time.
Yeah.
See ya. We're out of here.
But see, being a douchebag is subjective, and also I kind of feel
man,
like
we all know when someone's being a douchebag.
So you'd have to raise it to
Fair
like
enough.
5 witnesses. That way it'd be a
Fair
broad
enough.
enough spectrum to be like, do
Fair
all
enough.
5 of you concur that he was a douchebag?
Yes.
All right, then by public persona, it's enough.
And then that's where personal responsibility comes into play. And when there's 6 people plus a police officer standing there telling you, hey, man, they all think you were being a douchebag, maybe you should stop and reflect for a second and be like, you know what? I see it now, and that's on me. I'm going to learn from this, and none of us are in trouble, right? All right, can I pick those teeth up and take them with me? Okay, all right.
lesson learned. Yeah.
And that's kind of where we need to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because, hell, there's been times where I've been a douchebag, and I probably should have gotten fucked up for it. And then
Definitely
later
for
on, I
myself.
was like, somebody called me on it. They were like, man, I would have fucked you up. And you're like, what? And then you think about it.
I agree. I'm so surprised I've never just been obliterated. I've been lucky. I've either had big friends or that person, had priors and didn't want to, go to jail. I'm serious. I actually was so drunk that I went and looking for a fight before. Those times. I don't know,
yeah.
Where you're just like want to get your ass kicked, whatever that is. Yeah. It's
Because
like,
I've never had my ass thoroughly kicked before.
Right, and if you would have gotten your ass thoroughly kicked, would things have changed for you then?
I believe so.
You see what I mean?
I can't say that it wouldn't have been a good thing. I would have learned a lot of stuff much quicker.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I had a brother 8 years older than me, and which came with friends of his being 8 years older than me, and they used to fuck me up
damn.
all the time.
So,
But I will say this. If I was raised like that with my personality, I feel like I would have been a problem. I feel like I would have been more of a bully in my later years. I probably would have picked fights.
It's humbling knowing that people can fuck you up.
Mhm.
Like, I'm fat, I smoke cigarettes, I'm out of shape. I don't talk shit to people. You know what I mean? I might tell you you're an asshole, but if I'm going to cross that line, I know that, hey, man, dude comes at me, I got to do this extremely fast, or I'm going to be winded, or I just need to shut up.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I'll
if I got
test
my
the
kids
water.
in the car, I'm definitely not testing no water.
And see, I'm an idealist since I'm not a fighter, so I'm like, well, you should fight words with words. The punishment should fit the crime. Eye for an eye. So if I say something to you, you should only say things to me like, hey, punching me in the face isn't a good comeback, but
sometimes it is, though. I mean, I've
it's
seen those
deserved,
videos.
though. It
Yeah,
is
but-
deserved.
Well, here's why I say sometimes getting punched in the face is a great comeback. I've seen those videos on YouTube, and the punch in the face is way funnier than anything the people were saying. The punch in the
Usually.
face was hilarious.
As long as it's solid and not one of those,
Yeah.
weird.
yeah, you got to
Remember-
go all the way through.
Yeah.
Who was that astronaut who just smoked a guy? Was that Buzz Aldrin?
Probably Buzz
it was
Aldrin.
weak, too,
Because he's
wasn't
also
it?
yeah,
It was like,
he's also kind of insane.
He's old
That's
as
crazy.
fuck.
he's old
but-
as fuck, but
Yeah, some
And
dude
he-
was it was a conspiracy guy who was saying you didn't land on the moon,
yeah,
and
I remember that.
Buzz just smoked him.
Maybe he did hit him really good. Maybe
he
it was a
he
good
socked him
solid,
good.
but now that I think about
for
it.
his age, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he probably still works
Did
out.
the guy press charges? I vaguely remember. It's all kind of flooding back to me. I think the guy pressed
Fucking-
charges.
I dare you to take Buzz Aldrin to court where where there's a jury. Any jury in America would never convict Buzz Aldrin of anything fucking ever.
Your attorney says, Exhibit A, Your Honor, and it's that video of him coming down the ladder, and they're like, oh, yeah, that's right. Well, hey, man, not guilty.
And then Buzz finishes it up with, "I bet you're seeing stars now."
But man.
Oh, he's pretty spaced out. Am I right? Yeah. I'm saying it. Okay.
All right, so we ask a bunch of the comedians that we talk to, pretty much not just on the podcast, but day to day, with like so many shows being shut down and such limited options. What are you doing to kind of like keep the gears running in the old comedy engine?
Okay. At first, I wasn't, and literally nothing. I was really feeling my age. I just stayed in bed a lot when I wasn't working, right?
Yeah.
Now that I've been back to work, I'm getting my brain and my thoughts more acclimated to socializing, and, humor comes out of interaction.
Mm-hmm.
But I was basically just catching up on a lot of TV shows on Netflix, that I hadn't watched. So I kind of took a break. I would doodle little notes in my phone, but I didn't keep them going, and I really kind of got atrophied. But now that I've been back to work, it's it came back stronger. And as y'all know, I dip in and out of the scene or whatever just because of whatever I have going on.
Yeah.
Musically, you asked earlier how long has it been since I've drummed? Over a year, because our singer got breast cancer. So I kind of just hit like a rut. But now I'm really trying to take a conscious effort to take action. And this is a part of it. This invitation's been on the table for over a year at least.
Since I bought the equipment, it's been open.
Mm-hmm. I'm finally adding friends to my comedy Facebook page, and I'm going to close that page, the personal page, because I just waste all my time on it. And I want to dip my toe in the YouTube thing. I mean,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's never too late. So,
But yeah, no, I think that's absolutely great. You were talking about, like, I always, when you say binge on Netflix, were you able to knock down like a season a day easy? Like, were you that level binging, or were you just kind of like, oh, I'll do a few episodes of this, a few episodes of that, or did you just fucking run?
I was inhibited from binging because of my girlfriend. I don't know if you and your partners have different watching styles. My girlfriend wants to savor episodes. She wants to watch one and then wait a week or a few days and watch another one like it's 1992 and The Sopranos is out.
Yeah, this ain't no TGI Friday, bitch. We ain't waiting.
I don't understand it. She's like, she said, but it's like a treat, for the end of the day. I said, babe, Netflix is the treat. Ozark, I need to finish so I can move on to Space Force. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So, yeah, it's funny to me how couples have different binge watching habits. And if you watch a show without her, it's cheating. I mean, you're literally...
Hey, look, so you see right now in view, there's four televisions right here, right?
Uh-huh.
In this 400 square foot space, there's 4 TVs right now. And then there's a bunch more inside. We watch TV like a motherfucker, man. And we don't wait. Like, we don't watch shows together because it's, because of that right there. I might start watching a show. Take Tiger King, for example. Mm-hmm. She watched it, she got into it, and she, boom, right through it. Mm-hmm. I watched it. It took me 4 days to watch the first episode. It took me 3 weeks to get through the first 3 episodes, and then I finished it in a day.
Okay, quick question. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Be like, you told me you weren't hooked first episode of I have to stop everything else in my life to figure out how Joe Exotic keeps Joe Exoticing?
His last name's Exotic.
Nope.
You're Team Carol, aren't you?
Nope.
I feel like this
that bitch is down too.
Just made a revelation. No, I understand what you're saying, though.
No.
Sometimes if it doesn't hook you, it's hard to...
Correct.
It's about maintaining interest.
Well, how about this? Way before quarantine ever was even a consideration. Back when, what was that epic show called, I don't know, Game of Thrones?
Oh, wow.
I didn't start watching Game of Thrones until season 6, episode 1. And I was the only one that had HBO, so I had a couple of friends of mine, hey, can we come over and watch it? And I was like, sure. We watched it back here. I watched it with them, and I watched that first episode of season 6, and I was like, damn, this is pretty good. Mm-hmm. And then they had me watch the...
So you agreed with the entire fucking world?
Yeah, it's season
Johnny
6.
approves.
I tried to watch episode 1, season 1 when it first came out, and it was slow.
It was.
And it did not get me. It did not grab me, and I just kind of moved on with my life.
I know. I wish they showed the kid fall, too. Like, let me see the damage. And,
okay, so I watched. So it comes out on Sunday, right? Mm-hmm. So from Sunday to Sunday, I watch all 6 seasons up to episode 1, watched episode 1 of season 6, to 30 minutes later watch episode 2, and I was caught up in a week. I binged the fuck out of that show.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that is, I was just about, that's true marathoning right there. That's the catheter is in the dick.
It wasn't quite that
I'm
bad.
just letting it flow.
But I just, like,
he got a UTI from Game of Thrones.
I can...
You know what? With how much
if I like
fucking
a
is
show,
in that
I
show,
can stay up and
if you're
watch
watching it with your lady, you could get a UTI from Game of Thrones. You could catch all kinds of things from Game of Thrones. If that, like, that's honestly why it took me so long to watch Game of Thrones episode 1. It's because I was with somebody at the time, and we would just start banging. because she loved Game of Thrones, so it would get her motor running.
Really?
Yeah. And so every
Fuck
time,
me, Drogo.
yeah, and so every single time, like 20 minutes into the episode, bam, and then like I obviously didn't see the rest of it, so she's like, okay, we'll rewatch it.
Yeah.
Not realizing
Bam.
that the same pattern happened over and over again, and I wasn't about to call it out.
So she's not into watching consensual sex.
She likes the rape culture. You know?
And how about this? This is a bummer. I know that Game of Thrones is old or whatever, but I remember that Theo was like the first dong they showed, and like it was all the news. Like they're like, oh my god, they showed his dong, and then Ramsey cut that dong off.
The first dick they showed. No, it wasn't. It may not have been the first one. Do you remember seeing Hodoor's dick? Dude,
They did not.
I swear to God.
Shut up.
They showed Hodor's
You gotta
dick.
pause it. Just
No, it's a brief
Squint.
moment of it, but it's Bran's already hurt, and that chick.
No, that was Tyrion. That wasn't Hodor's dick.
Hodor. No, Hodor comes running up,
He
and
was-
it looks like my arm has been cut off.
that
And
Hodoor.
I shit you not, he come running up going Hodor, and his dick was just Hodor. That mother, I can find it.
That
for you
oh my god, are we about to pull up
That's
Hodoor?
shocking.
right now. But
That's
no,
shocking.
I gotta. My homeboy, we all were
It's
watching
shocking
it.
that he has such
We were all
photographic
watching it,
memory of dick. That's
Dude,
what I'm
this
finding.
thing
Hodor's
was
dick.
massive. It's okay, like when you
Could it hold a door?
Huh? It could hold a full thing of towels at a hotel swimming pool.
Hold on.
Like, this is a shower rod. I don't even think they had fire hoses that are this big in diameter.
That's amazing.
Like, Hodor has a piece on him.
He's got that dong.
He always walk in the streets with that thing on him.
That's why he couldn't say anything else. He didn't have enough blood run to his brain to be able to say anything. It was all in the head of his
If only
dick.
he'd fallen on his back, he could have held the door open forever. Just get hard, just
Yeah. If he would have just wedged it in there.
just wedge it right in there.
Oh, for the people who aren't watching and are just listening.
Oh, yeah, there
What
are
you
those.
said earlier about the screens. I feel like I'm sitting at NSA right now. Yeah, this dude has a lot of TVs going on. I feel like I'm a security officer at a mall or something.
I got a thing about TVs. I don't know why people. For starters, people come to me and they're like, "Hey, man, you want to buy a TV?" I'm like, "Yeah, fucking sure. How much?" I buy TVs. This TV right here. You know how much it cost me?
No.
$13.
$13?
Yeah, it was broke, and I opened it up, found out what was wrong with it, and I was gonna take it to somebody to fix it. And my neighbor came over and was like, "Oh man, bad capacitor," and I was like, "Sure is." He was like, "Oh man, I got some T30s or whatever the fuck it was. I'll be right back." 5 minutes later, he came over, and it cost me 2 yard cuttings. Like, I cut his grass, I cut his yard twice, and that was how much total fuel it cost me, was $13.
Your neighbor had capacitors.
Yeah, he was a junkie like
Is
that.
this like the Geek Squad neighborhood or something?
No,
I
this was over years ago.
I was going to say, is that the meth neighborhood? Because that seems like a very meth thing to do. Just be like, yeah, I got capacitors. Like,
That was my
I got
boy.
some T30s,
That was my
dog.
boy, same
you want some
dude.
flux? I got some flux.
Same dude that grew
capacitors.
mushrooms that were fire.
We got mushrooms and flat screen TV components.
Oh man, he's electric, whiz, stuff like that. But I mean, this is my old living room TV. We just upgraded and bought another one for the living room. This one my stepsister was selling, and I asked her, "Hey, I'll buy it," and then she ended up giving it to me. That one I bought out of the trunk of some dude's car he tried to sell it to me for, I think it was $100. Didn't have a remote control, and I was like, "Man, I'll give you 50." And he was like, "Man," I was like, 50 or nothing. And I got a TV. So my daughter's got one in her bedroom. My son's got one in his bedroom. There's one in the kitchen. There's one in the living room. There's one in our bedroom. I got TVs everywhere.
If there's one thing they hate in this family, it's preserving your eyesight.
I have a
40
thing for
years
TVs.
old.
I always have. I've had projectors. I mean, it's not in here. I got it out of here. I have a projector screen back there. I used to have a projector that was a Billy bad motherfucker, man. I could have projected an image on the side of a building. Like, it was a bad motherfucker. And we used to watch 24, play PlayStation, Madden, whatever. That game Black on PlayStation. 8 foot by 8 foot on the wall at my old man cave.
Man,
I love
sound fun.
TVs. I love
Yeah.
TVs. I don't know why. You ought to see the man cave we built across the street. It's got 3 TVs in it. 2 42s on one wall and one, I think, 65 in the center. And we're actually about to hang, I think, another 42 up for surveillance.
just so no one can steal your other 10 TVs. You have an 11th looking
Correct.
out for it.
Yeah,
God,
I mean,
can
it
you
makes
imagine
sense,
if
right?
somebody
It's
actually
the
did-
one TV to rule them all.
Can you imagine if somebody did come in here try to steal his TVs? Like they'd get exhausted. Like, they couldn't
Oh
even
man, they'd have
steal
to
his
they'd have to
TV.
get them off the wall because they're all locked.
They'd have to rent. They'd have to rent a U-Haul to steal all this man's TVs.
Yeah.
They'd get the one without the remote.
No,
This one ain't got a capacitor.
you want to hear a fucked up story about
I
that?
need a
I
T80
ordered
in this
I
bitch.
ordered a remote for it, right? Because I couldn't ever get universal remotes to work for it properly.
Uh-huh.
I order a remote for it, and it ends up on back order. And like 9 months later, I completely forgot that I had ordered a remote. My Christmas gift comes
9
in.
months later.
It was at least 9 months.
They had to birth it.
My Christmas gift comes in, and I'm waiting on the frame for a hammock, and the frame comes in with this box, and I'm like, oh, okay, sweet. That's going to be the hammock part. I opened it up, and it's the fucking remote. Completely forgot I even ordered it. Still have the remote.
Maybe it took 9 months because the
They had to
brand of
make it.
TV is Polaroid.
Hey, man. Dude,
You got to develop it. You got to
Yeah.
develop.
Hold
They're
on
out
a
there
second.
shaking the remote, blowing on it.
Hold on a second. I bought I bought that TV out of the trunk of somebody's car 5 years before my oldest son was born, and he's 11. So that's how long I've had that TV. That's an old school flat panel. I bet that thing cost $1,500 brand new back in the day.
Damn.
Like that's how old school and expensive those fucking things were. Where that one right there cost I think $550.
If
And
that,
it's
because
a
I mean, you can get
60
them on those.
No, but it's a little bit
Is that
older.
an LG?
It's a Vizio Smart.
What does LG stand for anyway?
Life's good, baby.
Is that real?
I do
I thought that was
believe,
just
yeah.
for the commercial.
No, I do believe that's what it stands
Someone
for.
just took what was it? One of the Eagles, one of their songs, "Life Is Good," and just said, "Oh, that sounds alcoholic
That-
guitar player. That sounds like
Yeah.
electronic."
How many
My
great
Maserati
things have we
does 185.
just based on alcoholic guitar players?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All hip shaking was from an alcoholic guitar player.
that's funny.
Yeah. Him and his peanut butter banana bread sandwiches.
Eric Clapton inspired double pane windows.
And cocaine.
And double penetration.
And shooting sheriffs.
But he
So
did
you
not
want to hear
shoot the
something funny
deputy.
about
Always.
movies? There's this guy at work, a black dude works in the kitchen. We were talking about that movie Ladies Man, right?
The ladies' man?
Leon Phelps.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
Like Cavatier.
Yeah.
And and he goes, that's a crackle movie. And then I was like, yeah, it's probably got a lot of stereotypes. I don't know. He's like, no, crackle. I said, what? Crackle. He was saying crackle, the
Like
movie
it's on
app.
TV, called
Yeah.
Crackle?
I thought he
Oh.
said it's a cracker
Cracker
movie.
Because when you first said it, I was like, is he trying to say cracker? But he said crackle. But no, crackle was it. And
But
I'm
the
not
way
gonna
he
lie,
said it.
even before you said it was an app, I was like, what a great way to refer to a comedy. Like, that one was a crackle.
That was a crack.
Because
Made me
it makes
slap
you
my knee.
crack up.
Yeah.
Maybe
Nope.
that's what it came from. I don't know, but
I don't think so.
I don't
mean,
think so either, but now I'm going to use it that
Hey,
way.
no, it's I like it.
Yeah.
But because of where society is now, I was like, I can't even be offended at that. That is a cracker movie. It was
Yeah.
the SNL cast. I thought this dude was literally telling me, it's a cracker movie, and I just took it.
Yeah,
It's kind of like White Chicks, you know what I mean?
Yeah, White Chicks is a cracker movie. Just listing cracker movies now.
Oh, shit.
Bridges of Madison County, that's a cracker movie.
Steel Magnolias,
Oh,
definitely a cracker
wow.
movie. Speed.
Oh my
I
god!
watched Speed 2
Now, you
Cruise
just took
Control
it-
the
you-
other day.
You just took it to 11. Speed is the absolute peak cracker movie.
That movie was awesome.
do? There's a bomb on a bus. What do you do?
Oh yeah, that was his line, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that
What are
is-
you gonna do? Or what?
I want to know what bus number it is. Of course you do, asshole. Why don't you just say, "Hey man, call 911. I got coffee."
That's
You know,
before.
you just made me spill my coffee when you blew this other bus up. I can't leave the scene of this crime because I am still technically a police officer and I have to secure this area. I'm not just going to jump in my car and take the fuck off. And then on top of that, I shouldn't be littering my coffee cup that I left on top of my car as I take off.
I
I'm
feel like
sorry.
in that scenario,
Punching holes
the
in this shitty-ass
littering
movie.
is the least thing that, like, that would be like.
There's already enough bus debris and people spread all over the road.
For anyone-
I don't need your latte.
For anyone younger than 45, Speed is a really old movie
It's
about
got John Wick in it.
Yeah, it's got
Back
John
when-
Wick in it.
Back
That's
when
the best
John
one.
Wick was trying to decide what he wanted to do.
It has the bitch from Bird Box.
Yeah, he dated.
oh, yeah.
He dated
I
this
should've-
chick that couldn't drive, and then decided to start killing people.
Apologize for saying bitch. I kind of got caught up with myself. It has the girl. the gal.
The,
No,
the young woman.
That was before Sandra Bullock was a bitch. So she started dating that biker who
Jesse
cheated on-
James?
Jesse James.
Yeah.
I lost all respect for her.
Just 'cause
it's like
she-
you're America's sweetheart. Like literally,
You
wasn't
can't-
she in that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. How did she put up with that?
Yeah. And also,
She didn't deserve that.
I don't know. Because I watched American Choppers because I had a dad who controlled the remote when I was a teenager. So I've seen American Choppers. And I don't understand Jesse James at all. Like, there's nothing about it that I
Was
get.
American Chopper Jesse James, or was that the other?
I don't know. West Coast Choppers, something like that.
I thought
Because
a
one of
chopper
them was
a
the father and
helicopter.
dad that used to fight all the time, right?
Yeah, that was another one. There was a period
I used
in
to
this
watch.
country.
I'm guilty. I watched it, but it was
Yeah.
terrible.
I think that was Meathead Garage.
Yeah,
or-
because you are a dad. That
No,
show
this-
is made for dads. It's like Forged in Fire.
Wasn't that
it's
well
made
before I
for
was a dad?
dads.
How stupid was Bird Box though? Honestly.
I never watched it. I couldn't
Yeah,
tell
you
you.
didn't
watch it?
I heard what the synopsis was, and I was like, I'm going to watch something I've already watched because that doesn't sound interesting at all.
I just want to
Brady
trash
Bunch
it.
it is.
I would love to trash
Trash
it.
the
What
shit out
movie
of
do
it.
I hate? Did y'all see Split?
No, I never saw
Is
Split.
that the personality one?
That's
the one
Never
where
watched
the-
it either.
sucked so bad. So he supposedly had 26 personalities, but only showed like 2 or something. Okay.
And then 2 got memed.
Hold on.
Like
I
that
watched a
meme got
movie
spread out everywhere.
that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I thought it fucking was only good for the last 10 minutes.
True Quentin Tarantino fans probably agree,
Yeah.
which I am. And my girl hadn't seen a Quentin movie before, and she's like, "Oh my god, that's great!" I was like, "We gotta watch
How?
the Django.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
We gotta watch
Oh,
Django."
That's
and
beginning to
She
end.
doesn't get
Reservoir
offended, does
Dogs.
she?
I told her it was
There's
pretty.
182 chances that she will.
I was like, "Don't worry, he kills all the white people."
Oh man, that's a great movie.
That is a great.
That is a great movie.
But yeah, Reservoir Dogs. I hadn't seen that in forever. I want to go back and see that.
Stuck in the middle with you.
You know what's a kind of an underrated. It's not a full Quentin Tarantino movie, but he did part of it. 4 Rooms.
4 Rooms.
Never heard of it.
4 Rooms is actually pretty interesting. It follows a bellboy in a hotel on New Year's Eve, and the thing about it is there are 4 sections of the film where he goes into one room each, and that section all has a different director and a different writer, but they all collaborated to make one film. And Quentin Tarantino has the last one.
That's called 4 Rooms.
It's called 4 Rooms.
I might have to try to check that out.
It's got.
I just want to watch The Room he did.
Yeah, no, watch the room
Well, I
he
mean,
did.
maybe
It
because
is-
you don't know who the other directors are.
Yeah, but the room he did is the best, and that's why it's last. Like it. Oh man, it's good.
Grindhouse was tight.
Nope.
No.
Really?
Oh, come man. No, I'm sorry. No.
You don't like women drivers, do you?
I mean,
Was it Speed that
I-
traumatized
It's Speed
you?
that stopped it
He's
all.
going
isn't
back
it?
to Speed.
I'd fuck Danica Patrick, but that's about it.
Wait, oh, I was like,
women
she
drivers.
wasn't in that. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Danica
I think
Patrick
Speed,
shows up in Speed now.
Could you imagine banging Danica Patrick and her saying, "Go, Daddy," without like you thinking it's advertising?
The thing that bothers me is I always know she'd come last. No,
pretty
there you
good.
go. Is that
No,
good?
that's good.
That's
I'm
Is it a
good
joke?
with it.
All right, cool.
I like
Sweet.
it. Wave the checkered flag. Finish on my tits.
Oh man.
She'd have to paint a white stripe right on her tits just so that you knew where to finish.
Yep.
The thing that annoyed me about the beginning of Reservoir Dogs, I don't know if you remember, I don't know which character was Mr. fucking
Mr. White,
Mr.
Mr. Orange, Mr. Pink, Mr.
Orange.
Pretty sure it was
Melon,
Mr.
whatever.
White in the very beginning.
talking shit about tipping. I'm a waiter. Remember he was like,
Oh yeah, no,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
Mr. Pink. That was Mr. Pink.
Was that
was
Buscemi?
like, yeah, that was Buscemi.
Yeah, that's
That was
right.
like, I don't tip, and then
like, she didn't do anything special. She didn't take me in the back and suck my dick. I was like, you fucking asshole. She brought you food.
yeah,
Like,
she brought you food quickly. And he was like, yeah, I want my coffee cup filled at least 8 to 9 times. It's like, what the fuck is the matter with you? First of all, that's way too much
lot of
coffee
coffee.
for Steve Buscemi. And secondly, like, that is I guarantee you your cup wasn't empty, because if your cup's empty, she would have filled it up.
He wants his own waitress.
Yeah, he wants
Well,
his-
but like as a person that's never been a waiter, I'm a good tipper. Don't get it wrong, because I know people that have been servers,
Yeah.
and I understand that that's how. I also understand that there's a lot of times where they make less than minimum wage because of the type of job it is.
Yeah.
yeah.
But why? I've always been curious. Is it only because like McDonald's employees make minimum wage that we feel like or is it because it's an assembly line and you know it? Like, what's the difference between like McDonald's and a server where we don't feel obligated to tip them? Don't get it wrong. I don't tip McDonald's employees, and I do tip servers. And even when I get bad service, I do tip. But here's
where I think the line is. When you go to McDonald's, because it's the same reason that even though like the majority of tips are pooled, I haven't worked in a job with tipping either, but I imagine like you pool it and kind of.
To my knowledge, it's not. The only
Different
time you pool
restaurants
like
do it.
that
Yeah,
is,
different
like,
restaurants do
for
it.
bussers.
But here's the thing. Like, it's the same way. Like, you don't tip a chef at a restaurant. Like, it's where we've been given the idea of like at McDonald's they are only preparing your food and then handing it off to you. A server actually tends to everything you need during the entire dining experience.
Yeah,
they
plus,
make sure that you are taken care of.
We're the middleman between the chef and your table, and so. And I saw there's an episode of Adam Ruins Everything. You know that TV show with Adam Conover about restaurants, and he explains the whole history of tipping. I'm gonna ruin it. But just to be clear, there is bad service. There are waiters who do not deserve a tip because they do not wait on you properly. But we only make $2.13 an hour, and what that ends up as is zero, because that amount isn't enough to pay the income taxes on the tips we receive.
Right.
So
provided that it's not cash tips that you're not claiming.
Who tips in cash anymore?
No,
a lot of people do.
Yeah,
I do.
We claim our tips.
I do tip in cash as often as I can because I know that's something that can go unreported, and even though it's $5 or $10, it's still $5 or $10 that you don't have to be taxed on.
Well, I don't know if you're trying to set a felony trap for me right now, but I report all my cash tips.
You would not do well in prison at all.
Oh, hell no. Or I do very well, depending on how you look at it.
Well, yeah.
No, but basically, it's like the only job where, I hate to say this, but it's like if I do my job as it's described, 20% is the custom is required for them getting to sit on their ass and me bringing out that awesome food to them, right? If we don't get tipped, then we have to pay the bus boys and the bartenders. We tip out of our own pocket. So basically it's slavery.
Yeah.
We're working for nothing.
Well,
and it's weird that there's a job. Yeah.
You got to pay out.
Literally paid to wait on a table.
And what's weird about
really
my situation when it comes to like being in those positions is anytime I've ever been in the position of having to be like a server, which has been like once or twice, is because my wife was running the restaurant and I was trying to help her by doing something to help. And there was a lot of times where I'd be a busboy and they would try to tip me out, and I'm like, keep your fucking money, man. Like, I don't fucking work here. I'm just helping. You know what I mean? But back to my original question, so to me, a server takes the order, right? So does a fast food employee. Is it because there's multiple people in the chain of events here that one person takes your order, another person takes your money, another person cooks the food, another person hands you the food, versus one person doing everything but cooking the food?
Well, here's the thing. It's also the kind of the psychology behind it, or the perception behind it, is that, again, when you go to a restaurant, or some restaurants, not all, but when you go there, I think you're kind of paying for more than just the food itself.
It's the experience.
The experience.
You want to feel like a king or a queen.
Yeah.
You get to sit there and be pampered.
I've never felt like a king or queen.
You've been going to bad restaurants.
No, I've gone to some great restaurants. You know what I'm saying? And I go to a great restaurant for the food. I don't go to a great restaurant for another person to fucking serve me.
A lot of people do.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, look, I understand the concept of what's about to happen here, but I'm here at this fancy restaurant because I heard you got a $105 steak that comes with a side of bone marrow and some $25 French fries, and I kind of want to try that shit. You know what I mean? That's why I came here.
So at McDonald's, you place your order, you grab your tray. If you want napkins, you get up and get them. If you want ketchup, you get them and get it. And it's a $8 burger, right? If you want that fancy bone marrow, see, you don't have chefs at McDonald's. You have cooks. The same person who takes your order can go back there and shit out a McGriddle, right?
Well, but the same could be said at a Chili's. You got cooks, not chefs.
Ugh, I can't even defend Chili's, man.
But you see what I mean? But we tip at Chili's. And that's why, like,
But those cooks are not going to bring you your food.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're the middleman between.
No cook is going to bring you your food.
Exactly. And
Unless you're at home.
Unless you're at a fast food place.
No, I mean,
they cook the food and they deliver it. That's
Do
what I'm
they?
saying. Everyone
I mean-
does the same job.
Well, they bring it out to the people that literally just one hand into the other.
it's-
Like,
I mean,
Unless you have those geriatric women at
Dairy
Chick-fil-A who
thought-
literally will sweep a clean floor for 6 hours straight.
do you remember Grandy's? There used to be one old
my
lady
God,
at Grandy's
Grandy's.
Oh
over
yeah,
on
the
Erie
biscuits
Drive.
and gravy.
Dude, we used. I worked at Southern Maid. I wish I would have with you guys. That would have been perfect.
yeah, it would have been.
But I used to work at Southern Maid, and we used to trade them motherfuckers donuts for breakfast. And oh my God, they used to bring us piles of bacon, egg, sausage, hash browns. Like, you know those square to-go containers that has like the big compartment for the entree and then the little
And
compartment
his
for the side?
physique is now fully explained.
Oh, man.
Why he
Oh,
looks
yeah,
that
hold on,
way.
take a look-
This
take a
is
look at
fucking.
this shit right here, ladies and
This
gentlemen.
body is Grandy's
Grandy's.
sponsored right now.
We have our own Burt
I will
Kreischer.
drive
Yeah.
to. Look, man, y'all are fucking with the wrong one because it's 9:47. I can't make it in time. I'll drive to Grandy's tonight and be there for breakfast in the morning.
Where is it?
Longview.
You have a map of
To the
restaurants that are closed.
To the Vroo, son. Gotta go to the Vroo.
All right, where's the best Hardee's?
There's probably Natchitoches from here.
Mazzio's Pizza.
I don't think we have one anymore.
Mr. Gaddy's. No, that's what I'm saying.
A Mazzio. We do have a Mazzio's here.
Yeah,
don't
we do. It's
Wait, we do?
Yeah,
I know Chuck E. Cheese closed.
yeah. Chuck E. Cheese
There's
did close
two.
the fuck.
I saw their band playing downtown. It
Forbing
was really awkward.
Marketplace. That's Marco's Pizza that I'm
That's
thinking
Marco's,
of, not
never
Mazzio.
mind.
Excuse me.
Oh, yeah. Next to the donut place.
Yeah,
Next
next
to
to the donut place.
donut place is fire, son. That's Mr.
Those-
Sonny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
They
the one that
also
owns
run
this
the-
one over here
on Drug
yeah.
Emporium,
Yeah,
by Drug
dude,
Emporium.
Mr. Sonny, that's my dude, man.
What? Are they Polynesian?
Filipino? I think.
Filipino?
I think so.
Polynesian's a type of food,
Okay,
isn't
I
it?
don't-
Do I
I
sound
don't
like a
know.
fucking idiot?
I might
have
sound like an
no
idiot.
idea.
I don't know.
Polynesian is like an area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. He's a great donut maker. How's that?
Right,
I
yeah.
give two shits about where he's from.
They're
the
outstanding.
Motherfucker can make some fire ass D's, son.
I like the
Say fire ass D's again. I want to cut that into something dirty
I
that
can
your
do
wife's
that.
not
Hold
gonna
on,
like.
everybody, hush. You ready? Fire ass D's, son.
Yep.
All
It made me hungry.
Isolate. You know, I used to work at Southern Maid. I can make a fire ass donut too, baby.
the apple fritter.
Oh yeah, those are fun to make because
that
you
is
got to
like
rip
poison.
shit up. We made a gigantic cock one day at Southern Maid Donuts.
That's a fire ass D, son.
That's some
Oh,
fire
that
ass
was a
D,
fire ass
son.
D. No, look. So we had tried to. We had made a dough, and I guess I'll take blame for it. I put the hook in wrong, and it fucked up the bowl and knocked a big hole in the bottom of the bowl. And this is at like 4:00 in the morning, and we still got to make some donuts. We do have some dough already made, so we can't continue. So the owner decides we're going to put some JB Weld in it, and that'll hold. And I was like, it takes 24 hours for JB Weld to hold. You know what I
Need
mean?
some Flex Seal.
So we make the first dough, like we put JB Weld in it. We let it sit for like 45 minutes to an hour. He touches it. It don't really move. And we're like, all right, cool. So he tells us to keep on. Pour water on it. It doesn't leak. Mix dough up. Go to pour the next one up. Water pours out the bottom because that dough grabbed that JB Weld and pulled the plug out.
Oh, my
And now there's
God.
JB Weld all in this dough.
Gross.
So it's like, and you can see it, like once you actually realize, like I poured water in and I looked down, saw what was happening. I looked over at the bowl that I just put this dough in, and you could see the flakes of this JB Weld in it. So I called the owner back, and he was like, man, fuck, I got to try to find where I can get another bowl that fits that. So we have to close the store, and now we're just fucking off. But we have this huge dough that typically makes like 12 dozen donuts, or maybe it was probably more than that. But it made a shitload of donuts, and we have this dough to, you know, that we're just going to be throwing away. So we just decided that we were waiting on him. We were going to fuck off. We made a gigantic, and when I say gigantic, ladies and gentlemen, that dick was probably that long and probably that big around.
It was like a Hodoor.
And had a
It
set
was like
of-
a Hodoor.
and had a set of balls on it that was it took
cream filled. Tell me it was cream
It
filled.
had cream coming out the tip of it.
All right.
But it took 2 of the 24, the 2 dozen boxes.
Uh-huh.
It took 2 of those that we had to cut open and put together to be able to have it. And then we threw it up in the window like it was variety for sale and laughed our asses off. And then I don't remember if we got in trouble for that or if we got in trouble for what anyway, I'll stop about that because But yeah.
So let me ask you this: under the dick, did you put 2 dough nuts?
Yeah, no, it was a dick with
just-
2
I-
gigantic balls.
God, were they Boston cream filled?
No, but the head was.
So it was right at the moment of orgasm. So it was really like a set
No, what
piece.
It was edging.
No,
It
what
was
we were
edging.
trying to
Oh my
do
God,
is because I
edging.
took it home, right?
I completely forgot about edging until you just brought it up.
You did a joke about that.
I did do a joke about that. For those of you who've never seen my stand-up, my problem with edging is not the pornography attached to it. It is the fact that the concept of edging is basically what you're holding your orgasm. Like you're about to come, but you don't, and you just leave it there forever. And this is why I hate white people, because that was called tantric for 2,000 years. White people got their hands on it for 6 months, and then they renamed it completely. They gentrified not coming.
Edging.
I edge with farts.
Yeah, that's sometimes good, like when you're in the car, and you're like, I don't want to smell my own brand, and you just kind of like keep it there in a bubble. Yeah.
That's funny.
You got to save it for your girl when you get home.
Well, I mean,
Exactly.
sometimes it backs up and comes out the other end, you know? You never had that? Where you burp out a fart? Or is my breath just that bad?
your breath is just that bad.
Damn it. Maybe I should gargle something.
But see,
I mean-
people saying calling the same things different things now is like popular. Like what's her name? Jada Pinkett said she had an entanglement, you know, instead of
God,
just
yeah.
cheated or was fucking. Like people will just say things a different way to seem less wrong or something. I don't know. Like there's this girl I work with. It's her last week this week. And I saw her. I said, hey, Haley, I heard you were quitting. And she, no joke, she literally said, I'm not quitting. I'm just moving on. I
But are
said,
you going to be here anymore?
I said, are you going to be working here anymore? She said, no. I was like, well, you have to quit here
Yeah.
to move on.
You were either fired
Jada?
or you quit, and it's one of the two.
Yeah.
I'm not quitting. I'm moving on. Like, what the
Moving
fuck
on.
difference does it make? And
I didn't fuck him. We made love. What the fuck?
But his
Did you-
penis was still in you.
Did you
right?
watch any of that Red Table
I
discussion?
didn't murder him. He just died while I was choking
Yeah,
him.
no, he died when I was in his proximity. I mean,
I didn't watch that.
I watched
It
part
got
of it.
by
It's,
me.
it's rough.
Is it?
Yeah,
I
it's
thought they had an open marriage.
man, the bits and pieces because I don't like to watch. There's certain things that I like to watch. Like I really like to watch people get fucking fucked up, like hurt.
Okay,
I
'cause
like-
I thought I was like the only
No,
one. Nowadays, people
no.
don't like those gore.rotten.com videos or best gore, ogreish. The only things I can't watch that make me squeamish are pus coming out of sores or
Oh,
pimple
those are-
popping,
Those are great.
cysts. I can't stomach that. It reminds me of
Yeah.
like strawberry yogurt.
Yeah, those are fantastic.
But other than that, man, I can watch ISIS cutting some heads off. I can watch car crashes.
I remember watching this kid get his throat slit one time on that Faces of Death.
Faces of Death, classic.
man, that
Bum
was-
fights, remember bum fights?
Oh, bum fight.
That's
man.
so illegal.
So, but like, so here you go. This is the kind of shit that I like to watch right here. See this guy backing up? You see this telephone pole?
Boom.
Oh, nasty.
Oh my god!
I love that the guy is
Gnarly.
so calmly just being
He's
like, yeah,
"I
you got to go
pull
forward.
man. You just crush this motherfucker's spine, man. You got to.
You may as well open the hopper
Go
and
forward,
push him
yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
down.
he's done.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well just push him in that truck and close it
Fucking-
down.
how's he
Because
walking
he's
away?
trashed.
He can't be walking away because,
Man,
like, you
trash.
saw his leg. Like, there were no bones left. That guy was
Man.
just jangling keys where his leg was.
Watch this pitcher fucking fuck his leg. He tore his ankle and hit the fucking batter all at the same time. Here, I'll play it.
That was
again.
a that was a
Wait, what?
twofer. That's a whammy.
He hit the batter in the knee as he if you watch, he steps. As he steps down, he steps weird on his leg.
Oh.
Wow, it's weird.
I thought maybe he just faked that because he hit the batter like, oh, I'm hurt too.
It's
well,
Remember on Breaking Bad when Walter White faked a heart attack so he wouldn't get beat up?
Oh yeah.
Was that?
I'm pretty sure
am
that
I
was
remembering
that.
that correctly?
You remember we were talking about binging? You bring up Walter White. You want to know how I watched my first introduction to Breaking Bad?
in your tidy whities? I'm gonna guess.
Please
the-
tell me it wasn't that trash excuse for a movie El Camino.
The last 15 minutes of the series.
Oh my god.
I walked into my other man cave where everybody was watching it, didn't know they were all over there. Walked in and they were like, "Oh man, it's almost over." So I was like, "All right, cool." I'd never seen a single episode. I watched the last 15 minutes of the entire series, and that was my
is-
first interaction with it.
That's sad.
All right, here's a cool one for you, Tony. Look at it's snowing at sea. How fucking beautiful is that?
That is pretty amazing.
Because it's that slow.
It looks like sparks. You know what I mean? When you see like pyrotechnics and they've got the sparks pouring down off of something, that's kind of what that looks like. But that is just gorgeous. And yes, I will edit this in.
Is something bad about to happen?
Yeah, because
No,
like
nothing,
every other
nothing
video.
bad about to happen.
Oh my god, yeah, that angle.
So you go from people breaking their legs to
Well, I had a
to
bunch of
just soothing
the
I know
majesty
it's-
of-
Look, I had a triple.
beauty of
I had a
nature.
triple homicide on here for us, but it wouldn't load up earlier and save. Well,
So the saddest part to me about those gore videos, a lot of them I've seen. I'm part of this group on Facebook that's called Workplace Accidents.
I love those.
Oh,
You see
yeah.
the guy in Japan explode.
Anything with forklifts, I'm fucking here for it.
Forklifts. That's what I was going to talk about.
Yeah.
This dude gets run over and hurts his leg, so he's on the ground. And the saddest part to me is they're so broke and poor in these countries that they can't afford to lose their jobs or damage the merchandise, right?
Yeah.
So they literally sacrifice themselves to save the merchandise. So this dude gets so a load starts to fall off the forklift. He gets up to stop it and saves the load, but the forklift is still running, runs over his foot. He's on the ground holding his foot. Then the forklift comes back around and it's steering in a perfect circle, runs over him, and then picks him up and drags him in a perfect circle, and then you just see this blood donut start to form on the ground.
Oh.
And it's running by itself. It's horrific. Or when they're on like a lathe and they spin.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I can't find it easily, so.
We don't get to see a guy explode.
How do we get on that subject anyway?
Because we started talking about, I like to watch people get fucked up.
Yeah.
How do we get to that?
I don't
though?
remember.
Because
We're
I
talking
remember
about
we did
donuts.
start. We started on donuts.
Open
and then,
relationship.
And then, it was about people calling things other things. And then we started talking about job because you were like, oh, yeah, this person, we were like, you either quit or got fired. There's no, I'm just moving on.
Uh-huh.
And then there was something in the middle there.
Yeah,
there was
no,
something between
I'll
that to like fucking gore videos.
Oh, I think, I didn't choke him. I just...
All right, well, let's wrap it
Oh,
up.
yeah, I didn't murder him. He died of natural causes because the rock I hit him with 70 times was from nature.
Man, how much do y'all like ice cream?
What a... again, since I'm lactose intolerant, I love it because it makes me poop like nobody's business.
I love ice cream.
Like, I'd love it like on a good week,
How
like
much-
on a good weekend, like on a Friday. If I got like no plans for the rest of the night, eat like a bowl of ice cream, go into the shitter, and just...
Have you seen Space Force? Have y'all watched that on Netflix?
I have not yet.
Not yet. I'm still on Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Well, I don't want to ruin that for you. Spoiler alert, she's not a teenager.
Yeah. Also, spoiler alert, it's turning out not to be too good of a show, but I'm destined to finish it.
You
There
talking about the old
is-
one?
No, the
Okay.
new one.
There is a limited batch, Netflix Space Force inspired Ben & Jerry's ice cream called Boots on the Moon. And it's the best ice cream I've ever had. And if y'all are listening, go out and get it before it's gone.
What's the flavor profile?
Oh my
Paint
God.
me a word picture.
I'm so glad you asked. It is toffee clusters, dark chocolate cow pieces. It's just dark chocolate pieces in the shape of a cow.
Yeah.
It's not
Naturally.
like, it's not. It's not dark chocolate covered beef.
They don't take the beef and make it into dark chocolate.
It's all enveloped in a very smooth, balanced, creamy milk chocolate ice cream. Not too dark, not too light. But the best part of it is the core is sugar cookie dough. Yeah.
I love sugar cookie dough.
And that's supposed to represent the moon,
Dude,
right?
I have no fucking clue what it has to do with that show, but it's the best ice cream. The sugar cookie core, okay? And then everything else is just surrounding it like planets or moons.
Okay,
Oh,
and
maybe those are the moons.
maybe those are the moons?
I don't know what the boot is, but goddamn, I can't
Yeah.
stop eating it. I bought like 5
Have you
of
tried the
them.
Mardi Gras ice cream?
Yes, I have.
No.
Or the king cake? I
Yeah,
guess
it's,
is what
it's,
it
it's
is.
king cake ice cream.
Is
They-
there a baby in it?
I hope not. There might be chunks of babies in it. There's something in there. It's
I
good.
mean, whatever
Hey,
you got to do
what's
to
the
fill it
difference
out.
between a truckload of bowling balls and a truckload of dead babies?
I don't have a truck full of bowling balls in my garage.
You can't unload a truck full of bowling balls with a pitchfork.
Oh, brutal.
Too much.
Graphic imagery.
Well, it's at the end of it anyway, so
Mhm.
who cares? Well, we're at an hour. We've gone a little long.
Yeah, I think dead baby joke is a good closing point. Really,
It's a good closer.
It's a way
I
to
think that-
punctuate it.
Yeah, I think
My
that
son
proves
did
that
ask me
we're
the other
done.
day, what's the difference between a light bulb and a pregnant woman?
You can't unscrew a light bulb,
Yeah,
or you
that's-
can't unscrew a pregnant woman.
That's right. So you can unscrew
can
a light
unscrew
bulb.
You can
light bulb.
you can unscrew a light bulb.
You can
that's
unscrew a light bulb.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Dude, thanks for coming. We
Yeah.
really
it.
appreciate
You
it.
brought a good shade to it. You brought a good shade to the show.
I'd like to come back if y'all have me over.
Dude, you're
Yeah.
welcome.
Please be my
anytime.
friends.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
I don't even charge that much. That's how I get mailbox money.
You
I
got
hope you don't, because I don't have. I didn't bring any money.
Oh.
I'm saving it for ice cream.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Dude, do you like
That's
the
a good-
concretes from Happy Bellies?
Yes, I had to stop.
All right. All right. Well, we'll have to stop because we can have a whole conversation about ice cream. Because I'm lactose intolerant too.
Next episode, all ice cream, all the time.
ice cream, all the time. It'll be a
Parfaits.
5-minute long
Bring in
episode.
some yogurt for you guys who are
Yeah.
or some non-dairy options. They
No.
make oat milk ice cream. Oat milk ice cream.
Bring in some
Circling
dairy
back.
options. Just bring in a toilet as well. We can get one of those bidets.
Look how many 5-gallon buckets I got over there,
yeah,
man.
get some 5-gallon buckets.
There's
Oh my
there's
God.
a swimming pool noodle around here somewhere.
There should be someone making a podcast that does makeup tutorials on the toilet. Call it Shit and Pretty.
Oh, look at you.
Oh man, it's a shame we can't do that.
Yeah,
Hey, I've got
we
a
gotta
little-
edit that part out because we can't let that idea out of our control.
You're right. That's
yeah,
gold.
I can edit that. That's not a problem.
All right.
But I do have a daughter that wants to make a YouTube channel. So hey, maybe I can get her to fart in that toilet because her farting in a toilet would have such an echo.
The
or-
acoustics.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
It's like a porcelain
Wah,
orchestra.
wah, 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 wah. It'd be like, whenever you hear Jimi Hendrix playing the national anthem and he's like, wow, wow, wow. And that's, oh yeah, it'd be perfect.
Now we're
All right.
I'm sorry. I know you're trying to wrap this
No,
up.
you're good.
I brought a fortune cookie that I
Oh,
wanted
that's
to open.
right. You wanted to
Are you
open-
going to eat that fortune cookie?
Who eats a
Do you-
fortune cookie? They're terrible cookies.
I kind of like
Yeah, I
them.
don't even
He
think
just
it's
talked
actually
about
a cookie.
the sugar cookie core. There's no way.
Hey, if
that
you're not going to
cookie-
eat it, my fat ass will. 100%.
I'll split it with you.
Oh, were you going to eat it?
Yeah, I'll eat part of it.
Because if you weren't, or if
Okay,
you were
I'm
going to eat
gonna
all
read
of it,
the
I can have
fortune.
all of
Read
it.
the
It
fortune.
says, "A kind word will keep someone warm for years. Tell that to someone sleeping on the street in the wintertime." I think that fortune is debunked.
That officially debunked fortune.
You can't even burn that fortune and stay warm.
Damn.
You can't even roll anything in this fortune.
And of course, it has lottery numbers. Oh, promotes gambling. Is there another one on the back?
No. It says, how about another fortune? And then it has a link to their website. Oh my God, you can just get fortunes off websites?
Am I gonna download a fucking cookie?
Yeah.
Oh
fuck
my
that.
God. Show prep. I wanted to talk about, and I completely forgot about it. You remember that I take responsibility shit?
Yes.
Okay, so there's
I've
been a
been
lot.
involved in
The-
a paternity
the-
test,
The
yes.
white shaming.
There's been a lot of talk about that over the last couple of days. There's been a lot of people shitting all over it. I went to the website.
Mm-hmm.
And it says join the revolution or the pledge or whatever, and it gives you drop down screens where it says I will, and then pledge to do this, and when you drop it down, there's nothing to choose from. You can't even type nothing in there. It's not even a completed web page.
So somebody
and then
didn't
when you
pledge
go
to complete the website.
and then whenever you go over when you're just like, hey, skip the pledge and let me just go straight to it, all it goes to is a link to that fucking video.
Oh my God.
I was like, how cheesy is this? Like, this isn't even, like, you guys did all this shit. I'm going to shit all over you guys, too, because you guys did all this shit to try to be whatever. And it looks like everybody's right that's talking shit, that all you were trying to do is get some fucking attention.
That's so insulting to the cause.
If only they had spread a kind word to keep someone warm for years.
Yeah, I am pretty freezing right. Pretty freezing? I'm pretty chilly right now. Thanks, Breaking Bad guy. All right, we're out of here. We love you. Like, subscribe.
Like, comment,
Check them
subscribe.
out. Where? How can they find you? How do you
Tony
spell that?
Tamaccio on Facebook. Tony Tamaccio. I will have an Instagram and YouTube. Hopefully next time I come back and talk with you guys.
Sweet, man.
Excellent. And look for him coming up, hopefully, if they roll it out on Shreveport's next comedy competition.
Comedy Prize.
Comedy Prize,
And if they
baby.
choose you, they're only choosing 10.
10.
And I'm putting my name in that
I've seen
hat,
his
too.
stand-up. He'll make it.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like you'll make it too.
Oh, I'm not submitting. I did last
David.
year's.
Really?
Yeah.
This one's completely
No,
different.
this is a prize.
Yeah, this is
a
actually like this
competition.
isn't like what it was last year.
Yeah, this isn't
So-
a show.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not.
and
It's not comedy.
you have
at
to-
the prize. It's comedy,
prize. Yeah,
Oh.
and you have
They
to
have
do.
judges.
You
Might
have to
get my switchblade out.
You have to submit 3 minutes of video of you doing stand up.
by August 31st.
And you have to do a bio and a photograph, and
I
then
guarantee
out of
you-
all the submissions they get, they're
I would
choosing 10.
accidentally send a sex tape. Accidentally. I'm doing air quotes for anybody just listening. Accidentally send a sex tape first.
You'd
Just
have
to
to
kind of
send-
like lower the bar.
You would have to send
Well,
multiple
it is 3
of them
minutes.
because it's 3
Yeah.
minutes. You
So I
have to
could
send like
send
15
two.
or 20, right?
Yeah, I could send two then.
It's funny.
Oh, 2? Man, you fuck forever, man.
90 seconds. You know,
90 seconds. I hadn't done that since my honeymoon.
30 for her, 60 for me because I
His-
don't believe in equal pay.
And then my wife showed up.
His safe word, Hodoor!
Hold on.
All right, you guys, we appreciate it. Like, subscribe, love us, love him. We love you. Holla!
I ask you about
Now do it.
The Joker?
Yeah.
All right. Wait. It's hard to do it on the spot.